congratulations. Just
Thank you very much.
Your emotions up for us right now.
Really proud. I get proud in the sense that you tie it all into this one game and this cup and all this kind of stuff as well. And the Challenge Cup has got this special aura around it as well. And but like I say, you don't get to do what I do every day with them. I see them all the time, and I'm really proud of the group because of how hard they work and the challenges that they've been through. Where we started off last year, and Vicky might tie into a little bit more. It was just the challenges were like everybody could see that there was some kind of like roots in the place. There was some real good, strong people. There was real talent there already. Just needed putting in the right point in the right direction, nurturing a little bit, and then developing. To see them do that and to buy into it it's a coach's dream, because you just give them an idea and they have to take it on. They do all the work, they do all the graft, and there's blood on there. They've got a couple of girls with Wembley scars now, and they've got them for life. So they're the nice things that go along with it. I'm just really fortunate, really grateful to these girls, because like I say, they're inspiring me all the time with how hard they work. This girl's a full-time teacher, a child. You know what I mean? She turns up at night time. It's what you wouldn't believe. Like I say, I get texts. I'm an hour and a half away, but I'm on my way. It's like, oh my God. Like I say, you don't know how hard these girls do that. And she comes on, she drives back. And that's why she deserves this. And same to Grace. She's got a full-time job this morning. She's a labourer. So she tells me she is when she's tired and she comes to training. I mean, they're the kind of things that are really important, that they work so hard to show that talent on the top of everything else. I've been a full-time professional sportsman all my life. What have I done? I've not had a job in my life. I just enjoy myself. These girls have been inspirational to everything that I've done this year, and it's this. Like I say, it's not all about me, but I've won this a few times and I've been here a few times. But this today was amazing. It was brilliant. I loved it. It wasn't about the crowd. It was not. It wasn't about. It was about them and what they did and how they delivered was pretty special. I know I'm answering the same question, so slow down. Yeah. I'm really, really proud, if that's the simple answer.
On to you, Vic. Congrats.
You've
been part of this team for a very long time. What was this mean to you to get this over the line today?
Such a difficult question to answer, to be honest. I signed for this club in 2019, never beaten since. So to do it today feels really good. I know. And they're a tough team. They're inundated with internationals, physical, established, experienced athletes, and we were the better side by far. And I got asked, did you believe this would happen? Obviously, if a long time ago, no, I never would believe that I would play at Wembley, but did I believe that we'd do the job today? 100%. 100%. We felt ready. We looked ready. Denis said in the changing rooms before the game, he said he was proud of us no matter what. And we genuinely believe that. And the club have invested so much to us today. So it just means the world to go out there. And Chris Radlinski said, remember, you're just literally going out there on a grass pitch, no matter where it is, with your mates and playing rugby. And that's what it felt like today. We just all worked together. It just felt like we were all in sync. And every single person who touched that field today left everything out there. And we earned it and we deserved it.
It's days like today that make it all worthwhile, doesn't it? Dennis's reference recently, the long pre-season that you endured, and you've all got sort of full-time jobs. You've got mums in the squad as well. Are days like today make it all worthwhile? Yeah,
it is. And I never use the word sacrifice. I don't like it. It's a choice. If I decide not to go out on a bender on a Saturday night because I've got rugby the week after, then that's my choice. I'm not sacrificing anything. And the girls, like I said, there's a common purpose. We've had a long pre-season and we got under a little bit of criticism from other clubs, and this is what we wanted to do. It's not that we know what we're signing up for, and it's not a pressure as such when you pull on a Wigan shirt. There is that expectancy and that desire to win trophies. And that's what we wanted for a long time. It's not that the club have wanted to do this and we're taking a back step. We are fully on board with what we want to achieve. And the girls work so hard because we love each other and we love doing what we do. And it is difficult, it is tiring. But when we turn up to training, our number one focus in one of our pre-season meetings this year with Denis was we need to focus, and I feel like that just little bit of focus this year has put us in really good stead to be here now and sat here with a gold medal and not a silver one.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned before about this could possibly be your last season. This is
it's a bit too early to talk about it. It's got a long way to go.
Yeah, but whether it is or not, it's about leaving a legacy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's about days like today. You've got many girls back in Wigan watching out and tell you a lot of fans here. It's about inspiring the next generation.
Yeah, of course it is. And I remember a few years ago, when we were literally at the start of that building phase, and I remember saying to Rach, and I said, how are we going to get these girls who are so young to believe that they can beat a team like St Helens and Leeds and York, who, like I said, are these experienced, established international athletes. We didn't really know the answer, but we said we've just got to keep being positive and believe in the process. We prepped so well this week, and I think you, Grace, you said you felt quite relaxed when Grace. We're all quite nervous. Characters in there, and Grace gets very nervous, and she felt and she felt really relaxed today. And I said to her, it's because we're ready. We are ready. We got to this moment. The aim was to get to a final, and once you get to that final point, you can only do anything but, in my opinion, back your defence and take your chances when they come. And we really did that, and we kept it simple. We were really clinical. We trusted the process, and again, I thought our performance was outstanding today.
Grace, how do you feel? Player of the match, you've got quite a love affair with the Challenge Cup now. The semi-finals in York, you got player of the match in that, and today as well. I mean, some of your emotions up for us if you can.
I'm obviously over the moon about winning player of the match, but I feel like a lot of the girls deserved it. At the end of the day, it's a team sport. It's not an individual one, and I could not have got this without the forwards grafting in the middle, and I feel like that's what a lot of this game was today, was the forwards just grafting, and Saints obviously know that everyone knows that Saints forwards are like the big pack and the England forwards, and I feel like they just outshined them today.
I can add as well, though. There was a point where Grace might have had to come off the field today because she's got a problem with her hand. She might have broken a bone and needs to go and have an X-ray this week. Gary saw much. She didn't want to come off. She wanted to play. She wanted to play the day on the back of the fact that, I disregarded what the doctor told me. He said, I think Grace has got a real problem with her hand. And she said to me, I do this all the time. It's all right. And she went out there, and then, like I say, and she ends up with being player of the day. It's pretty. That's energy. That's determination. That's a commitment to the group. So give yourself a little bit of credit.
Will you get time off work then? No, you've got an injury.
Tell them what they said about the cleaners.
Yeah, well, my boss said I have to work with the cleaners all week if we lose, so I guess I'm not doing that this week. I don't have to be scrubbing the men's toilets.
Denis, did you think Emily B was getting arm injured? It sort of come off the other arm.
Yeah, she's in a bit of pain, Emily, actually, as well. But again, the poison might sort of make that feel a little bit better. Yeah, she got caught. Her arm just got caught between, I think, just before they scored their try. I think she got caught between two players and might have done something to her elbow or her arm. We're not really sure yet. But she's in quite a bit of pain actually, but she's managed to find a way into the team changing room, do a bit of a dance, enjoy the moment. And again, I think she's been fantastic for us this year. Again, we've added a real different dimension, and not just on the field but off the field as well. She's got a real character, a real buzz about her. She's a pleasure to be around. And like I said, but she's in a swing at the moment. I was hoping it was a drinking hand, but it's not. So
He's a lots of work expecting a request for a few more shifts off.
No, she's working Monday definitely. Well, she has to because I'm doing something on Monday. She has to be there. She works for me, everybody in this room. That's what it is.
Denis, Derek Gardner was saying it's been a top four in the women's games since 2018. Obviously, Leeds, Saints, Wigan. and do you think this could be a bit of a platform to really kick on and make Wigan a dominant force, perhaps, given what you achieved today?
That's the challenge has always been about being competitive and about. I think Vicky alluded to it. There's always the talent. If you can't find rugby players in Wigan, men or women, you're doing something wrong. You know what I mean? And girls want to play for Wigan. There's lots of talent in the area. There's also talent around the area there. So there's lots of talent in that area. Like, it's just making sure that we offer them the opportunity to fulfil their ambitions. I think and the beauty about this place is that it's through Chris Wright, it's through Mike Danson, it's the club as well. Like the girls will tell you as well. We've had players coming down and supporting the players in training. They've had players sending messages. Matty Pete's on the phone to me talking about the team. And this is not just the women's team and the men's team. This is a club. And what we've got at Wigan at the moment is very, very special. Like I say, we've got so much support across the group to keep moving forward as an organisation. And I think when Mike's come in, he's seen that. He's sort of like, we're pretty good there. What we need to do now is make so that this club is, as a whole, is the Premier club. Like I say, not just the Premier men's team, the Premier club within Rugby League. And I think that's our driving ambition is, like I say, the girls understand that if they wear that badge, they've got their own identity, they know who they are, and it means a lot to them to be individual within that group. But we sit under a banner that has expectations. And those expectations are that you play in finals, you compete every single week, you are part of something that came before you. When you talk about legacy, you talk about the fact that this club has got such a great history. Legacy is not something that you put into, it's something that's given to you. It's given to by people around you. All you have to do is fulfill your role within that. I think today we showed as a team, as a part of this organisation, that whatever moves forward and whatever happens in the women's game in the future, these girls have laid something down to show that there's a future for this sport, and this club is at the front of it.
In terms of today, despite the scoreline and the personal performance of the girls, I mean, from a coach's point of view, was that try out of Birmingham Saints?
Yeah, it's not good. I'm not really happy about that. Yeah. I know Emily came off as well, but I'm pretty disappointed she lay on the floor while the game was still being played. I mean, if she can get up, she can defend, can't she? You don't need two arms, you only need one. But the girls know that. They know how I feel about that kind of stuff. But I also am really proud on the other side of it. But there has to be a little bit of yin and yang about this. It's like what we're trying to do here, and these two are better. They can answer this question really better than I can. It's like we talk about standards, and we've changed our standards. We've changed our understanding of what is expected of us from each other and us as an individual, and what we need to be able to deliver. And I think that's the most powerful thing. And that's only me just talking about it. They have to deliver that. They have to police each other. Like I say, I don't play today. We work throughout the week and I have conversations with them, but they have to do the work. This is their win. They've performed and done. All I've done is give them some guidance. It's down to them and what they've given today and the commitment that they show that has made a massive difference. And that's what makes me so proud, is that they believe me. And that's a real powerful thing.
In terms of, you touched on your sort of history with Vicky Challenge Cup and Wembley, but in terms of today and the whole event and the performance, I mean, where does it sort of rank
ever.
In your sort of career?
The best one ever. Best one ever. Yeah, I love them to bits. And I'm just so, like, first girl next to me here to do what she's done today and lift that trophy at the career she's had. That makes me so proud. It makes me just so grateful that I'm allowed to be a part of this game, to see what she's achieved and how hard she's worked and to come to that point. And then the other side of her is a girl who's just starting out, who's got so much ambition and wants so much to be a rugby player. I'm just really proud of being involved with this group. It's not about me, it's not about that. I'm just really fortunate to be able now. Chris gave me an opportunity. Chris came to me and talked about being involved with his team. And I didn't have a clue. I'll be honest with you, I'd never looked at women's rugby and never involved it. Like 18 months ago, I wouldn't have been able to tell you who the best players were and what was going on. But after spending some time with them, it just felt so good. It just felt so right. They were so enthusiastic. They wanted to get better. They were so committed. And I just wanted to try and support them on their journey. And it's their journey, not mine. It's theirs. I'm just really fortunate to be part of that group. And like I say, we sat on a bus last year and we talked about Vic and her future and what she was going to do and when she was going to play again and all that. And it was like, just give us a bit more time, Vic. Just give us a little bit more time. Don't pack in yet. Come on, we'll get there. I've got a plan. I've got an idea. Let's go with it. And then I was stood on the grass today, looking up, when her and Georgia lifted the trophy with Rachel stood next to them, and I'm like, I almost cried. I don't cry. I didn't mean that last bit. That was just for effect.
Rich, for you were pitch side on the presenting side of
Yeah.
things last year.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
In terms of what you saw then and what you expected today would be like on the other side, the playing side of it, I mean, did it even come close to?
Yeah, I think, the minute you walk out onto Wembley's pitch, even in an empty stadium, it just fills you with emotion straight away, and there's an atmosphere. I am a very nervous person, but I cried a few times. I probably cried about 10 times today, but that's not uncommon. I'll cry at anything. But I feel a little bit like Grace. I was nervous, I was excited, but I felt okay, which is not like me. It was a bit unnerving. I didn't know why I felt like that. But yeah, I think you just want to get to a final. You want to get to the end of the journey. So I felt like we were just in a position today, like if every single one of us goes out there and leaves everything on the pitch and just trusts what we do in training every single week, then it's going to be a good day. And Denis said that. I said, look in yourself in the mirror and say, today is going to be a good day. Be present. I deserve this, and reminding yourself of that. And we felt that today. We can be humble in our, in the answers where we're asked on the performance, but we 100% deserve that today, and I'm not even going to take a backward step saying that. It felt good, it felt right, and really happy that I've got these little young girls next to me and looking after them. They are really special, and they are the future, and they are going to make a statement for Women's Rugby League, and I think this team has made that, and I think we are definitely setting the standard for what is to come. And if this is the start and we're only going to get better, this is the start of something really special.
In terms of your future, is whatever happens in October?
Don't ask that question.
I'm just loving life. I'm just living the dream right now. And today I'm going to take every single moment in. And these girls, Denis, the staff, the club, everybody knows how much it means to me. And I haven't got the words really to describe it and articulate it. But I'm going to love today. I've loved the build-up. I've loved being around everyone, and this is, it's like I said, it's special, and I'm going to look back on this moment for a very long time, and I'm hoping that we'll be sat in a similar situation come the autumn.
Vicky, is it scary just how, not just good these young players are, but how confident they look on the field now? They're going out there today, and it seemed like there were no nerves. That was the question pre-match, was how would you be able to do that with lack of experience?
And that's it. I've been asked that question a lot this week, because of obviously we're playing against St Helens, who've won it 4 times already. We've been there, wore the t-shirt, but I used the words naivety, and I think that was the wrong word to use about a youthful team. I think it's a fearlessness, and again, I think the preparations have been so good, and we are such a strong group. Regardless of me and Holly being really old. She's going to hate me for saying that. She's going to hate me for saying that. But, and then you've got Grace next to me, and you've got some 18-year-olds. It doesn't matter. Like, we are all focused, and we all want the same thing. And honestly, the group of girls, they are amazing. They're wonderful. And I think the club have brought a culture where we are looked after as people first, and then rugby players second. And Denis sets that culture within the room as well. And we are looked after, and we care about each other. And I genuinely think that's why we let the try in, because Emily was on the floor. So, and we talked about that under the sticks. I think they lost a bit of focus because we saw she was generally quite hurt, and we thought we just, like I said, we lost concentration. We thought the game might stop, but it didn't. So we got caught napping there. But we'll sort that out, Dennis. We won't do that again. So yeah, just great occasion, and gonna love today, and yeah.
Grace, because you're young, how good is he at dancing?
Pardon?
How good is Denis at dancing?
We'll see tonight.
I've not seen him yet, so.
Just on the TikTok, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that was pretty terrible to be fair. I'll let that slide.
I can sing and I can dance. I tell you.
We'll see tonight.
We are going to see tonight. And I can sing. I know it doesn't sound like it.
Is it James Brown
Give me
take
James
two?
Brown, Barry White,
Yeah.
and I'm all right. That's what I've got to do. I've got to sing a song.
James
All the
Brown.
girls have been looking at James Brown song.
He sang that in one of his Wembley
One
victories.
song in 7 years.
I was like, what song was that, Dennis? She was singing, and you'll regret telling me what song that was.